I wrote over the weekend following my snowshoeing trip about coactivity. It was interesting because when I headed out into the snow, I had coactivity on my mind because I knew I wanted to write a blog post about it this week. Coactivity, for those of you that aren't familiar with the term, really means active collaboration. I also looked and noted several different definitions from various sources, dictionaries, including one of my favorite groups, Coactive Coaching, CTI. But coactive, it has a lot of different elements, I think, that are important for us to consider in terms of leadership, in terms of creativity and innovation, certainly in terms of coaching. So it was interesting. As I mentioned, I headed out on my snowshoes. Incredible day on Saturday in Denver. Very foggy up in the mountains, kind of ethereal. It felt unreal, unworldly in so many ways. And maybe because I had it on my mind as I was out making my way through the snow, I kept seeing these different examples of how nature shows us about coactivity and how it's such a natural element, and that when we look for it, it's all around us. It's really, how do you take these different elements and then bring them together in this very unique way, and something different emerges from that. One example, if you read the blog post, was this incredible old grandfather tree that we saw as we were hiking out into the woods. It was a ponderosa. It was much larger than what you would typically see. But what was really striking about it, and what caught my attention, was there was this branch that grew straight out from the trunk. So it created like this huge L look about it, uneven in many ways from the rest of the branches on the tree. And the branch had grown so enormous. And so we hiked up close to it to see what had created this really unique attribute to this huge tree, and found that it had been struck by lightning. And it looks like what happened is that the lightning struck it, it actually separated a little bit, the branch broke it in some ways, but not all the way. And in doing so, that break actually created this energy to create strength around that branch so it could survive. And out of that came this really unique and beautiful and strong element that supported the tree. And my guess is in part what gave this tree the opportunity to become such a huge force in the forest. But isn't the rest of life like that as well? I thought about the uniqueness of having this lightning and this tree, and probably a storm and precipitation and all kinds of things come together to create that sort of perfect moment when something different could happen. And that's really what coactivity is all about too. Well, this week, here I am, I'm video blogging again from a hotel room, getting ready to start a leadership mastery program for the Bureau of Reclamation, which I'm very excited about. And more to follow, posting again next week about the art of collaboration. Have a great week.